Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's consider the situation on the gold market in the second video as usual. So on the gold market right now still standing higher, trying to complete the major targets that we have on the weekly chart. So the first one already has been hit. I'm speaking on the XOP on weekly that we have mentioned in our weekly report, is 1553. Next target stands 56.8 approximately. Currently, this is really difficult to the market to proceed high because it stands overextended. So we'll take a look at the monthly and daily on the weekly chart. Monthly and weekly chart, you'll see that market stands at the overbought, and it can't keep the same pace of the upward action. So it's really a big challenge for the gold market to push price level higher and higher. And currently, from that standpoint of view, for us, it's a bit tricky moment for taking the position. So we can't go short yet, just because we don't have the clear patterns in place and major target still stands ahead. But at the same time, it's really carrying taking the long position because market stands overbought near the major target, and it could drop in any moment. So that's why we are mostly already watching where the market will start to show the reaction, turning to the healthy retracement, but at the same time the major target still stands ahead. So on the daily chart, market still stands above the previous top, as we said, so this high wave pattern is important. And take a look, market stably stands above it, keeping the bullish mood, and this maybe so upward continuation could follow. At the same time, we have two patterns here. First one is the bearish grabber, as you can see here, it has been formed, and next one is bullish grabber. So personally for me, the bullish grabber here in the current circumstances is more valuable, just because it stands in the continuation of the same tendency, and it has been formed on a retracement of the major tendency. When the bullish grabber supports the major tendency, it is more valuable and there's more chance that it will work. Bearish grabber here, it's a bit tricky just because it stands in opposite direction and has been formed right at the daily overbought. So very often it happens that the grabbers becomes the sub-product of the overbought condition, and in such circumstances they are not very reliable. So personally I do not like this grabber and I will not use it for taking the short position. The example you could see, for example, here, this was the same story, upward action, bearish grabber. Yes, some retracement has followed, but grabber has not been completed as market has not taken these lows. Market reverse up, continue move higher. Here's the same kind of action, and currently, especially the market has formed this grabber right at the overbought. So that could become just a result of the overbought rather than some tricks with the trend. And from that standpoint, here is more valuable another factors is that market stands tight above this top without no dropping, without no return this consolidation. This is bullish sign, and here is also has formed minor grabber, suggests the taking out of this top. So that's what we're important right now. In general, this overall short-term upward continuation scenario is valid until market holds above these lows and will not drop back down this consolidation. If this will happen, it's probably deep reaction could start down to these lows. This is possible. So market has to hold above this area to keep short-term bullish scenario. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we're still watching for the same butterfly. Previously already talked about its features that shows acceleration right to the 127 extension. It means that market should somehow proceed high to the 1618, but this will be with the retracement first or directly it will be gradual upward action. We'll see. But currently we should not be too worry about the a bit more choppy action. It's just the result of the overbought situation on the weekly market. Just can't hold the same pace as it has moved early previously, just because it stands at overbought. It's need more efforts to continue move high, and that's why we see stronger pullbacks on the daily chart, on the intraday charts, and overall action becomes more gradual, slower. But it doesn't mean yet that market is reversing down. So in general, while market stands above these lows, it's approximately 12.25, this bullish short-term bullish stop will be valid. Only if market will start dropping, taking out of these lows, we should be ready for a deeper retracement. Until this will happen, chances on upward continuation reaching of this 1568, 1570 area still exist. On the hourly chart, we see that market has completed minor this A, B, C, D pattern. Actually, we have Gartley's triple to sell, as you can see. It's first wing of the butterfly, or Gartley's triple 2. So B. Actually, we have this one, this pattern. This second part of the Gartley's triple to sell, and now its health reaction is developing. So here we could get the deeper retracement to the downside, as it was here as well. If you remember, here is also Gartley's triple to sell pattern has been formed. So, but that is normal currently until market, as I said, holds these lows. So that's what we will keep an eye on the gold market. And if you would like to trade something here, well, it's probably the only patterns that you could try to use is this kind of patterns on intraday chart. So once you have got Gartley's triple to sell, you can try to take the short position. Once market has dropped from 30%, grab the profit and see what will happen next. If some Gartley's triple to buy here will be formed, the same story. You could try and take the long with the upward continuations. So only short-term tactical patterns could be used, just because markets are overbought on the high time frames, and there is too risky currently to hold long-term position. Currently, we're watching for reaching of the 1568 target and upward continuation. So let's see what we will get.